Please help me welcome Fred Feng.
Thank you, Kirk. Here are some pictures that highlight some of our research projects. We have virtual reality cycling simulator. We also installed cameras and LiDAR sensors on cars and bikes to study the interactions among road users in real-world settings. We also did a bike counter project on North Division a few years back. I want to start with crash worthiness, an engineering concept that describes a structure's ability to protect its occupants in a crash. Transportation agencies have used it as a key area in improving safety. However, it does not consider anyone outside the vehicle, including pedestrians, bicyclists, and people in other vehicles. This has also been reflected by our car-centric society when we talk about vehicle safety. Here's an article that lists the most dangerous cars, and the metric only concerns vehicle occupants. Now, surprisingly, Mitsubishi Mirage, a subcompact car, was ranked as the deadliest car, quote unquote. We're not making enough progress towards Vision Zero. This chart shows pedestrians and bicyclists the fatal and the serious injuries in Washington County. The latest data from 2024 that was just released a few weeks back shows the highest number of injuries in the past 20 years. Now let's talk about transportation justice, a normative condition in which no person or group should be disadvantaged by a lack of access to the opportunities they need to lead a meaningful and dignified life, or a lack of safety of their choice of transportation means. I'm excited to share with you tonight the preliminary result of our project. We coined the term crash regardfulness to describe the quality of being regardful of its non-occupant in a crash. We used a comprehensive national crash data set that contains over 500,000 fatalities in the last 18 years. Passenger cars, SUVs, and pickup trucks are classified into small, medium, and large based on their weight. This table shows the classification criteria and the most common vehicle models in the dataset. For example, for large SUVs, the most common models are Chevy Tahoe, Ford Expedition, Chevy Suburban, and GMC Yukon. Then we break down the over 500,000 fatalities by the road user types as the dead party at the rows in the table and the counterparties as columns in the table. For example, we can see bicyclists were associated with over 14,000 fatalities as a dead party and only 82 as a counterparty. So Kurt says use more visuals and less text, but he didn't mention anything about the mathematical formulas. So we developed the crash regardfulness index based on the ratio of the number of fatalities as the injured party versus the counterparty. The positive means it's higher fatalities. And this table shows the crash regardfulness index for different road user types. Pedestrians and bicyclists are the high on the top, and at the bottom are the large SUVs, large pickup trucks, and the commercial trucks. And large SUVs are associated with 3,000 fatalities as a dead party and 13,000 as a counterparty. We can also compute the crash regardfulness index for vehicle models. So this table shows the top 10 vehicle models with the worst CRI or CRI scores. All of them are large SUVs and pickup trucks. As we plot the CRI score with the vehicle weight, it shows a fairly strong negative correlation with heavier vehicles associated with worse CRI scores. The different colors represent different vehicle types. For example, blues are cars, yellows are SUVs, and the red are pickup trucks. So what does this all mean? For one, we should rethink the guiding principles of road sharing. The injunction of share the road is everyone's responsibility does not acknowledge any difference between road users and put pedestrians and bicyclists on equal footing with motorists. And also at the local level, we can do things like reducing the car dependency by investing and prioritizing walking, cycling, and public transit, and embracing dense and mixed-use development, and also discourage private vehicle use. For example, reduce the parking supply and the higher parking fees and infrastructure changes, and also to discourage large vehicle uses. For example, high parking and registration fees for larger vehicles, and ban the large vehicles from city centers or other areas. And lastly, to just raise awareness of this work. All right, that's all. Thank you.